everyone, welcome to the Curious Quest with T. I legit feel like I have not said those words in what feels like forever because it has been a very long time since I've been on YouTube. But thank you to everyone who's been watching some of my old videos, and thank you to people who just, are very loyal subscribers, and welcome to anyone new to the Curious Quest and hasn't experienced any of my videos yet. I am T and this is the Curious Quest. So before we get into the content for today, I thought I'd just take some time to acknowledge what's going on. So there's a lot going on in the world with this global pandemic and stuff, and I really just wanted to send some love and light and just positive vibes to everyone that's watching today, you and your families and friends, and just, yes man, it's a very difficult time for many people right now, so I'm just sending out some love. We're gonna get out of this hopefully very soon. I'm currently at home. I'm in Bloemfontein with the family, and wait, I just realized that the last time I actually posted a video was, I was still in Vermont in America. So it has actually been longer than I remember that I've been gone for a while, and yeah, I need to do better. But I've moved back to South Africa now. I moved back about 3 months ago, but for the lockdown period I've been home with my family in Bloemfontein, and it's just really nice to be with some loved ones during this period. So yeah man, heavy times, but we're gonna get out of this, and until then let's just stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, and sending you guys love. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the global pandemic. What are we here to talk about? What is today? Today is a very special day. It is a big important day. I was gonna do like a whole drum roll and like a massive announcement of what today is, and then I realized that I'm probably gonna put it in the video title and you all know what today is. So anyways, today, the 26th of April, is Lesbian Visibility Day. If I had really good editing skills, I'd add fireworks and stuff, but I'm not there yet. But it is Lesbian Visibility Day, a very important day, and a day that makes me happy because the fact that Lesbian Visibility Day exists and there's a specific day for this us is kind of cool, because I think we're really cool people. So it's since 2008, the 26th of April has basically been acknowledged as Lesbian Visibility Day, and what this day really means is shedding some light and visibility and celebrating the lesbian community, and basically just the lesbian community making their voices heard, because unfortunately there are still some assholes out there who are super homophobic and against the lesbian community and the LGBT community at large. So today really is just a day to make our voices heard and bring some visibility to the community. And I thought, if there's one day that I'm gonna get back on YouTube and post a video, obviously today is the right day to do it, as someone who does identify as lesbian. So this is why I'm here today, and I am here to shed some visibility, I guess, on the lesbian community and stuff. But I thought I'd do it in a very light-hearted way, and just just talk about stereotypes that I've heard about being lesbian, and basically talk about stereotypes that I am guilty of and I basically further perpetuate, and then ones that I'm I actually just don't relate to those at all. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be talking about 10 stereotypes that the lesbian community have experienced. There's way more than 10. I've just chosen to speak about 10 today, and which of them I'm guilty of and which I'm not guilty of. So before I get into the stereotypes, I thought that it would probably be beneficial to give a definition of what lesbian is, because there are some people who don't know what the term lesbian is, and yeah, just to lay the land and just, it's starting explain what lesbian is. So the term lesbian is a term that is used to describe women who are physically, sexually, romantically, and or spiritually attracted to other women. So as I said earlier, I identify with the term lesbian, and yes, I am attracted to other women, and I use term lesbian and queer. So now that we're all on the same page and are aware of what the term lesbian is, let's get into these 10 stereotypes. So the first stereotype, which I don't even know why I chose this one to go first, because it's one that I'm already very guilty of, is that all lesbians have watched the L Word like 10 million times. And I am extremely guilty of this one. Maybe not 10 million times, but I've watched the L Word a couple of times. For those of you who don't know the L Word, please go watch it. It is, I think it was like released in 2005 or something. It's quite old and stuff, but still very relevant. I literally watched it again like last year and I still thoroughly enjoyed it. So I have watched the L Word. I remember first watching the L Word in grade, I think I was in grade 6 or grade 7, so about 12, 13. And I was watching it and I was like, whoa, what is this stuff? This is amazing. Like, why have I never seen content like this before? But at the same time, I felt so guilty. It felt wrong watching it. And just please bear in mind, this time I wasn't even out yet. I wasn't out to myself, and I wasn't out to myself or anyone else. But I was like, this is really cool content. Why are these girls kissing? And it just looks so cool. And I was super intrigued by it. And I watched it, I used to like sneak into the TV room and watch it by myself. And my parents come and quickly change the channel. You know how that story goes. And then I rewatched it again in high school, and this time I was out and people did know I was queer. I was out to myself and everyone else, and I was still like, this shit is good. Like, you know, I really enjoyed just seeing like lesbian representation and queer women on TV and just women interacting with other women in a sexual, romantic way. And I was like, wow, there are other people out there like me. And thinking to myself, like, I wish there was more of this. Fast forward a couple of years later, and I still wish there was more of this. We really do need more queer content out there, queer representation on TV. But I'm super guilty of watching the L Word. I watched that L Word, the one with Shane and Bet and Jenny Schechter. I'm not here to talk about how much I don't like Jenny, but just know that I really don't like Jenny. But yes, I watched the L Word, I watched the real L Word, I watched the remake of the L Word that was released last year, which is called the L Word Generation Q. Not as cool, but it's definitely still worth watching. So super guilty of that one. The second stereotype, another one that I'm very guilty of, is that all lesbians grew up being tomboy. So I'm not sure how I feel about the word tomboy, but you guys know what I mean. So I definitely grew up tomboy. I guess I used to, you know, all my clothes were from the boys section. I grew up with my brother and my guy cousins and stuff. So my grandparents and my parents really just would buy me like the same toys. We'd all get cars, we'd all get like boy toys and stuff. So I grew up being super, super tomboy, and I guess it was who I was. I remember my dad like begging me. He's like, Titi, please, like, just do this one thing. Please just wear earrings. When I could, please just wear earrings. And I was like, I don't want to wear earrings for what? I don't want to wear a dress. I don't want to wear this. And he was just like, you know. But as the years have like basically progressed, I definitely am more. I think I'm more femme now. But just again, this is a stereotype. There are many lesbian people who would never ever had like a tomboy phase or anything like that, and even have been femme all their lives. So definitely a stereotype, but one that I do, unfortunately, not unfortunately, it's not a bad thing, but yes, I did grow up tomboy. The third one, which I am not guilty of, but I might soon be, I think, I'm still like, it's quite a big decision, but I'm still thinking about it, is that all lesbians have cats. And I don't currently have a cat. And hold on, before I actually go into this one, like, I grew up in a black household, and having a cat is like, oh my God, you want a cat? Like, no, big massive no. If anything, maybe a dog, but even that dog must not come in the house, you know. So me wanting a cat that stays in the house is like, whoa. So I was never really exposed to cats growing up. And then when I was in Vermont last year, I had a couple of cats, like, you know, people that were in my life had cats at their places and stuff, and I was like, I really kind of like these animals. Like, you know, like, I'm not like super in love with them already, but I really like started to like them more than I had ever thought I would. So yeah, so in the beginning of this year, I was like, I really think I want a cat. But again, it's a very big decision. I'm not just gonna buy a cat and I'm like, oh shit, you know. So I've been thinking about it, and this lockdown period now has like really just like heightened that desire and love and want for a cat. But I won't buy one out of impulse. You don't just buy cats. It's a real massive commitment and stuff. But I currently don't have a cat, and who knows? So I'm not guilty of that stereotype, but hey, who knows? A couple of years from now, I'll be like, hey guys, I'm back again, and this is my cat. So yes, not guilty of that one. If I get one, I don't even know if my parents will like ever visit me again, because like, I'm not coming to your house with a cat around. So yes. Another stereotype that I am extremely guilty of, and I've heard a lot of women who have been in relationships with other women say this is like one of the things that they're like, yeah, this is actually very true, is that lesbians go from 0 to 100 so quickly. Like, guys, I'm guilty of this one, hey? Like, I'm not as guilty as some stories that I've heard, but I know myself. I'm like, yeah, I really fell for this girl in like 2 seconds. And it happens a lot. And it's not a bad thing. People always think it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But I'm very guilty of this. You know, week 1, you guys are just like keeping it light, texting. Next thing, you're calling each other more often. Next thing, you're brushing your teeth while texting this person until 3 a.m. Next thing, week 3, baby, I love you. Next thing, you're moving in together. And it's like, whoa, back it up. Like, back it up. But again, it's not a bad thing, but I am very, very, very guilty of this stereotype that I do catch feelings quite quickly, but I don't catch them with a lot of people. When I like you, I really like you, and that process can happen very quickly. So definitely one that I am extremely guilty of, and I know a lot of people are guilty of this one. Yeah. The next stereotype, which I am also so guilty of, is that all lesbians are into astrology. Like, I don't know much about astrology. Like, I haven't done my research, but I know it's true, right? But I will like look up my star sign today. I know my sun sign, my moon sign, my rising. I've got the app CoStar. If you don't have CoStar, please go get it. But like, I remember when I was on Tinder, you know, I'd have it on my profile, like, you know, I'm a Cancer sign, whatever. When I meet people, I'm like, ooh, what's your star sign? I'm like, what, really? Are we compatible? I'm like, I really, really pay attention to astrology. I follow all the astrology pages on Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is definitely one stereotype that I'm like, yeah, definitely guilty of. And the people I've interacted with who are also queer women are also so into astrology, and we just bond over it all the time and stuff. So this is one stereotype that I know a lot of people relate to, and I myself relate to. So definitely guilty of that. Just out of, you know, I think I'll share my signs with you for those who care. Some of you probably don't care, and you're like, okay, sis, why are you telling us your star signs? I'm gonna tell you guys anyways. So my sun is a Cancer, my moon is a Leo. I don't know how I feel about this moon thing, but my Leo being moon, but anyways, my Leo is a moon, my moon is a Leo, and my rising is an Aries. So yes, if you have CoStar, if you don't have CoStar, go check it out. It will tell you everything. It's really cool. The next stereotype, which is a little bit controversial, I think-ish, but yeah, I've seen it a lot. So when I was doing my little research on all these stereotypes and stuff, I saw this one pop up quite a bit, is that lesbians experience lesbian bed death. So before I talk about it, let me just define really what lesbian bed death is. It's that lesbians who've been in a relationship for like some time, a long-term relationship, experience bed death, which is like your sexual life as a couple is no longer as steaming and is no longer as exciting. You don't have sex as often and you don't really enjoy it as much anymore, and yeah, all that stuff. And I don't relate to it, first of all, so I think I'm not guilty of this one, but I'm also like, I've seen a lot of people be like, it's not a real thing, it doesn't exist. But at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of people be like, lesbian bed death is a real thing in lesbian relationships. So not guilty, but like not sure how I feel about the stereotype in general. But yeah, that's one that is interesting, I guess. The next stereotype is that lesbians grew up playing sport. They love sport and they're just like really good at sport. And I wouldn't say I'm really good at sport, but I do love sport and I grew up playing a lot of sports. So I guess I'm a little bit guilty of this one. So I played football. I plan to go back to playing football as soon as COVID is done. In high school, I played netball, tennis, hockey, name it, I did it. And I really enjoy watching football. And when I talk about football, I'm talking about like the real football, which is like the one soccer that people would call it, but the real term is football. So I love watching it. I love playing it. I support Chelsea, so if there's any Chelsea football supporters out there, I see you guys. Love you guys, keep being great. So yes, so that one I'm definitely guilty of. The sport one, played it, enjoy it, watch it, everything. But only specific sports. I'm not gonna go watch basketball, baseball, whatever. But yes, so kind of guilty of that one. The next one is lesbians don't wear bras. So initially I was like, this is not a stereotype, I haven't heard it enough. And I was like, actually, when I did my research, it popped up quite a bit. And then I remembered when watching like the L Word again, going back to the L Word, you know, Shane would be there in her like tank top, crop top vibe, and then her nipples are like out and she's not wearing a bra. And I was like, hey, actually you're right. And a lot of like TV shows, lesbians were wearing bras, again, referring mostly to the L Word and stuff. And I was like, yeah, and I'm kind of guilty of this one too, because I have not worn a bra in like, I think 3-4 years. Obviously I grew up wearing bras because girls have to wear bras and my parents made me wear bras and stuff, and at some point I was like, no man, no, this is not it, hey, this bra situation is not it. And it was uncomfortable in the beginning, but not as uncomfortable as wearing the bra was. So I ditched the bra and freed the nipple, and I've been freeing the nipple for the past 4 years or so. And I guess then I'm guilty of that stereotype, but I've met a lot of lesbians who do wear bras. Like actually all the women I've been with, I think, wear bras, not necessarily lesbian, but yeah. So not really a popular stereotype, I think, but clearly some people out there think that lesbians don't wear bras. So yeah, this one, hey, the next one is, I don't know how I feel about this one. So it's lesbians hate men. I don't hate men. I really don't hate men. Hate is a very strong word, first of all. But I also don't necessarily like men. And I don't mean like as in like I'm attracted to men. No. Just like the mentality of men and just the way that men's existence in the world, and just like, men are trash. And I really like, you know, I'm not talking about like, oh, men are trash, men cheat in relationships. No, I don't date men, so I don't really care about like, you know, in that space. It's more around the attitude of men, the things that men do, the violence that they do, you know what I'm talking about. So I wouldn't say I hate men because it's a very strong word, but I really just don't like the mentality of men. I don't know how to just describe what I'm trying to say and really articulate it in a way that is not saying I hate men, but it's a very popular stereotype that lesbians hate men. And I think maybe the word hate is what throws a lot of people off, but I think a lot of women in general are just like, hey, the existence of men in the world sometimes isn't necessary, you know. So that's where I stand in this one. So I guess, I don't know, am I guilty, am I not guilty of the stereotype? I don't know. The last one really makes me angry because I don't know why it exists, but I thought I should put it in because it is quite important, and one that is a stereotype that is often brought up and so many people believe it, is that something happened to you when you were young when you were lesbian. And I'm like, if you mean I was born when I was young and I was born lesbian, then I guess yes. And they're like, no, like, do you have daddy issues? Did something happen between you and a man, and something like bad sexual encounter with a man when you were young? And I was like, no, my sexual orientation is no way linked to my historical encounters with the male gender. So I was just kind of like born this way, and unfortunately it's a stereotype that many people still believe that, you know, one day you guys were fine and then something happened, you had a bad encounter with a man and then you decided to switch lesbian. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. So this is one that I'm definitely not guilty of, and one that I really just hate exists, the fact that it exists. Like, it shouldn't even be a stereotype, but it's unfortunate that many people truly believe this. Like, your most educated people will still believe that something must have happened to you for you to become this way. So I really don't like that stereotype, and I'm definitely not guilty of it, or I just don't like it. So yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people don't either, and a lot of people have probably encountered this. Someone along the lines of their life have said this to them, and it really does suck. So hate it. I think I've gone through all 10. Yes, I think I've gone through all 10. As I said, there's definitely more than 10. Please share the ones that you've encountered or one stereotypes that you've heard of in the comment section below. I will definitely read them and think to myself if I've experienced them or if I further perpetuated and I'm guilty or not. Thank you for listening. Thank you again to all the loyal people who are always watching my videos. I really appreciate all your support, and thank you to all the new viewers. Welcome to the Queer Quest. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah man, this is just a really safe, fun, light-hearted queer space where I just talk about anything, all things queer. So thanks for the support, sending tons and tons of light and love during this period, and we're gonna get out of this. And yeah man, until then, stay safe, stay home. Mwah! Cheers everyone.